So looking at YouTube calisthenics videos, the things I currently see are mainly reels or the classical motivational videos, motivational YouTube calisthenics edits with crazy music in the background and cool edits and strong athletes. I actually really like those videos and I've been doing them myself for a few months now. But since I kinda got hooked on YouTube and I want to experiment with content and I want to start doing some more diverse content, so I thought today I'm gonna share some thoughts about calisthenics. The topic of this video will be consistency. I am absolutely sure that all of you have already heard all the cliches about consistency, but cliches are there because they're actually, not all of them, but most of them are actually true. My journey with calisthenics began when I was 14 or 15 years old. I am originally from Bulgaria, and in every Bulgarian school, in the yard of every Bulgarian school, there is a calisthenics park. Some of them are quite old and they age probably from the 1990s or something like that, and there are some new calisthenics parks that have been built in the recent years. But the thing is, we just went to school and then after school we went to play on the calisthenics parks because they have always been an attraction for 14-15-year-olds. And since me and my friends, mainly me, didn't play football, we just went to the bars and there were always some people who were training. I remember one of them was a guy from the local high school, and he was really buff. His name was Tero, I still remember him. He was really buff. He was not a big guy, but he was extremely strong and extremely muscular. And we got motivated by him and we wanted to learn a pull-up and we wanted to learn the dip and we did push-ups. But first we couldn't really pull up, we couldn't do anything, and we just started attempting, and then we did that for 2 years straight. And I remember from 2014 to 2016 I grew a lot, but I was mainly doing basics and I only knew how to front lever. But then I started going to high school myself, and being in high school, I wasn't that consistent. I was going to parties, I was studying more, and I always found excuses not to train and not to go to the gym or to the bars. So I essentially stopped with street workout. But then I moved to Germany to study medicine, and here a friend of mine wanted me to go to the gym. And then I remembered that earlier I have been going to the bars and I remember that I enjoyed that and I got motivated to start again. So instead of going to the gym, we started going to the local park, and since then, since 2019 I believe, I haven't stopped training for more than a month. I have never made a longer break, and it was mainly because of very important exams or small injuries because I took those breaks. So yeah, since 2019 I have been constantly training every single day, if not every day, then every second day. And I do it because I enjoy it. Sometimes I do not enjoy it, sometimes I don't want to train, sometimes I'm tired, but there kicks the discipline and the habit, and I just go and train. I do what I have to do. At first I started getting questions. How did you progress so fast? How did you learn this? How did you learn that? And to be fair, I didn't actually progress fast. I'm still learning the planche 2.5 years later, and maybe my front lever progressed fast because of muscle memory, but other than that I'm not on a high level yet. But the way I progress is through this consistency, through this discipline and force of habit, that I got up and trained even when I didn't want to train, that I got up and trained even when I had breaks or even in bad weather, or that I always find a way and some time to train even when I'm tired after work, after university, or whatever, I go and train. So if you want to achieve your goals in this sport or anything at all, but since we're talking about calisthenics, I'm gonna stick to calisthenics. If you want to achieve anything in this sport, if you want to be like your favorite athletes and learn all those elements that you always wanted to learn, the classic being the planche, because everybody wants to learn planche. If you want this really badly, then you have to build a habit, you have to rely on discipline, and you have to keep it fun. Lately I caught myself thinking, what would have happened if I hadn't stopped training in 2016, and if I continued training that year and I didn't stop for 3 years, I probably would have been on a completely other level currently, and I would have probably been extremely strong. But I'm not sorry for not training, because everything that happened made me who I am today. So maybe if I continued training that year, I would have stopped forever, or maybe I would have never went back to calisthenics, or I could have injured myself because I didn't know how to train and I was training really stupidly. So it doesn't matter, but when you're in the zone and when you feel like you start and there's no going back, you have to stay consistent, or else you will give up. There are a lot of people who give up because of injuries, because after not training for a few months, it's understandable that you lose motivation and that you have to build your old level, which could always be demotivating. And sometimes it's also not pleasant to train because you lost level or because you're on your plateau, but you should always keep training and never give up. I'm not really the guy to get motivated by quotes, but to end the video I will tell you 2 of my favorite quotes that have always kept me consistent with my training. The first one will be that you cannot rely on motivation, because motivation will get you started, but discipline is what will keep you going. And the second one would be that after every storm there is a rainbow. So if you currently feel bad and your trainings are not going well, don't give up. Just know that in a few days or weeks, or maybe even in a month, your workout will probably be the best it has ever been. So yeah, keep pushing. Thanks for watching, and appreciate your time.